So a while back, the good folks at NF Audio contacted me to ask if I'd like to review their stuff. I said okay, so that's why we have this video here today. The thing is, I've always seen them when I'm on my trips to China to visit the numerous local headphone events, and what stood out for the brand was quite a few things, including build quality and a clear brand identity, which is a breath of fresh air in a market of soulless brands. I am not calling out names today. Today, we take a look at a well-priced offering from NF Audio, the NA2 Plus. Unboxing and case candies. Well, the box of the NA2 Plus has definitely some soul injected into it. It looks premium for the price. At the front, you immediately see the IEMs themselves with branding tastefully placed below it. Flipping to the back, you then get some specifications of the earphones themselves. I just wanted to point out that NF paid attention to minute things. Sliding the sleeves off, you have the inner box that opens like a book. On the left, we have the manual that is designed to slide out. When I said that NF Audio used lots of heart to make their products, I mean it. If you have noticed, the booklet itself has a raised staple that acts as a tab to slide them out. Not many people pay attention to these things, but they certainly do. And when you look seriously into the literature again, these have been properly designed. It isn't written in some awkward English, expecting people to just glance things over. Everything has been considered, scoring some serious points. Underneath the literature is the earphone case itself, and even this I have something to add. The zipper used here is the same tab that is used on my 100 camera bag, which is quite a premium bag, so it's nice to see that something so small and premium is even on the case itself.
So this is my rather pricey camera bag, okay, so this is a 100 Provoke, and they use the exact same zipper. Can you see it? The exact same.
Checking out the other side, you'll notice a black ring that is reminiscent of a vinyl record with the earphones placed in them. You then get the cables below, and lastly a tray that holds the ear tips. Now this is where they have surprised me yet again with their thoughtfulness. The thing about using such a design to hold the ear tips is that the center bits get bent real easily, but if you look carefully at the ear tips holder, it is actually reinforced. Packaging is done with a whole lot of heart and will put other brands to shame easily. On the ear tips front, you get two different types of ear tips here, a balanced one and one that is designed to give you more air and what they deem called atmosphere. This is the longest I have spoken about an unboxing and case candies, and I think that they utterly deserved it. Build quality. Chassis of the NA2 Plus is made from aluminum that has undergone 5-axis CNC and later anodized to a warm grey. The chassis feels very solid in the hands, and even without a sit test, I can tell you that these will pass with flying colours. The faceplate features the logo of the brand that has a guitar pick motif that hints of their heritage of making earphones for musicians. Also on the chassis is a debossed NF Audio logo that has paint filled in it. I really enjoy this as it adds character to a simple IEM shape. You get the model name debossed in it as well, reminding you that these are the NA2 Plus. The NA2 Plus is equipped with 2-pin as well. These might look like they are QDC style, but I assure you they are not. Really misleading to call them QDC style, as that implies that they are reverse phase and are of 0.75 pins. 2-pin on the NA2 Plus is neither of that and maintains a standard polarity with 0.78 pins. So that means you can basically use any third-party cable on them. The cable here is made from 5N silver-plated copper-free cable that is terminated to a 2-pin with a shroud, as well as a 3.5mm. Driver-wise, the NA2 Plus features a dynamic driver that features dual cavities. Interestingly, the magnets used here consists of more than 1 Tesla of magnetic flux, which is really powerful. Moving on to sound, the NA2 Plus features a very resolving signature that literally oozes details like a cheesy pizza. In this case, this is a good thing. I mean, I love my stuffed crust pizza, so it's good. It is a neutral-leaning bright IEM that is ultimately very coherent sounding. Listening to it reminds me of the Simgot EA1000 just without the passive radiator character. The upper mids of the NA2 Plus is energetic and engaging, and this trait is particularly great when it comes to female vocals as it allows them to sound very focused sounding. Technicalities on the NA2 Plus is impressive in its price class. It will work best if you pair it with a solid dongle or DAP. Personally, I think the Cayenne RU6 or the Luxury and Precision W4 will work great with these. Starting off with bass on the NA2 Plus isn't the most plentiful on the planet, but I found that it is of fantastic quality. Sub-bass reaches pretty deep on this, and not only that, it is also very clean sounding as you get to hear plentiful nuances in the music. Take Billie Jean by Michael Jackson. You can actually hear the nuances of tone on the bass guitars, and many lesser IEMs really struggle to render these quite nicely. Mid-bass tapers off gently from the sub-bass. Again, they are not plentiful but adequate. What shines is the quality of bass, as it is immaculately tight sounding. For those of you who have monitoring speakers such as the Focal CMS series or the Focal Shapes, or even the Yamaha HS series of monitors, you kinda get that sort of bass here. Plenty of quality with adequate quantity. Mid-range presents a natural tonal weight here and does not colour the overall soundscape all that much. Again, its character of being high resolution shows through the mid-range. Vocals are immaculately rendered, featuring all the nooks and crannies in the recording. Listening to well-mastered tracks such as The Hunter by Jennifer Warnes or Thriller by Michael Jackson is a treat. The upper mids of the NA2 Plus is indeed energetic for some. It might be a little bit much, but for those of you who feel like that is the case, I would suggest tip rolling them to the Final Type E or Asla Setna Fit Max to really solve that. Instruments are very clear and uncolored on the NA2 Plus. Next up, moving on to treble. Treble extension is plenty on the NA2 Plus and manages to add a good sense of air in the overall tone. It is a little energetic, but I found that it is tastefully handled. They add a very good outline to the music, making things very crisp and clear. SoundStage, when it comes to width and height, the NA2 Plus sounds big with regards to width and height, and this is aided by its natural and clean character. It is likened that to a large hall with ample height. Depth and positioning. Depth is great on the NA2 Plus. I wouldn't say that they are the most dynamic sounding of earphones, but what helped it achieve its depth rendering is how clean the NA2 Plus actually is. Positioning is a very strong aspect of the NA2 Plus. Listen out for the pan from the left to the right on the 11th second of Beat It from Michael Jackson. Very impressive, I'd say. Now for some comparisons versus the TruthEar's Nova. So the Nova is the competitor to the NA2 Plus in this price bracket. The Nova is TruthEar's take on a Harman response curve tuning. It is rather safe sounding and easy to like. But comparing resolution between the NA2 Plus to the Nova, the NA2 Plus wins hands down. It is more technical sounding than the Nova. Granted that I give the Nova props for being an easier listen. But here is the thing. At this price point, it is quite rare to hear an IEM with as much resolution as the NA2 Plus. Next up, versus the Simgot Super Mix 4. Now the Simgot Super Mix 4 is the antithesis to the NA2 Plus, where the Super Mix 4 is super smooth and warmer sounding compared to the NA2 Plus. The NA2 Plus supersedes the Super Mix 4 in terms of resolution and technicalities. It provides a more engaging listening experience and you can better hear the small nuances in the music in a very concise manner. The Super Mix 4 is smoother and lusher by comparison, but it lacks a bit of bite for me to actively listen to. I like it for the days where I just want to laze around and not actively listen to music, or if I want to more casually say it, this is an earphone for the times where I just want to turn off my brain. The NA2 Plus, on the other hand, demands attention and will reward you when you give it the attention it craves through beautiful nuances in music. Next up, some likes and dislikes on the NA2 Plus. Now, I adore the level of details afforded by the NA2 Plus. This IEM has character and isn't afraid to stray from what is common these days. It takes a lot of balls to do this. What is spectacular is the amount of heart that went into this earphone through the minute details. I can say that there are no Chinese manufacturers that comes close to NF with the effort that they put into packaging and earphone design. All the little things that they do really shows the attention of detail and heart the company has, and that is quite a rarity in the cheapy market space. So next, here are some things that I am not really a fan of. I think that the stock tips should include a set that tames treble a little, as these can be a little bright for some users, but this can be mitigated through the use of ear tips such as the Final Type E or Asla Sena Fit Max, which will make them a little smoother. Finally, these are my ratings. Is this a blind buy, one to strongly consider buying, try first, or one to just give your enemies? You know, I think that the NA2 Plus are a great pair if you're looking for resolution. I also really respect the effort and heart that has been put into them, most evidently shown in the packaging and the finishing of the chassis. These are one that you should strongly consider. And especially so if you're in the market for the Simgot EA1000. I think that this is in a similar ballpark when it comes to sound at a more affordable price. And now, my conclusion. After doing so many reviews of IEMs with packaging being an afterthought, this is a breath of very fresh air, as it is really quite hard to find a company that puts so much effort into what they are doing. For me, this deserves a whole lot of respect. With that said, I hope you enjoyed this week's episode of the Supercharged Super Audio Show. If you like the content, please kindly press the like and subscribe button right here down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you have already subscribed, you are a fantastic and awesome person. If you have not, you can be a fantastic and awesome person by liking and subscribing. With that said, I hope to see you guys soon.